Art Business Workshop. My name is Patrick. I run the marketing department here at Art Storefront's. Been doing that going on like 6 years now or so, which means I've been working real hard for 6 years on how to apply marketing in both, the online venues and off to the problem you guys are all trying to solve, which is how do you build a profitable art and or photography business. In addition to that, Art Storefronts has a little bit over 5,500 customers now, and we study their data very, very closely. Who's selling the most originals, who's selling the most prints, who's selling the most commissions, who's selling the most metal prints, who has the highest average order value, AOV, who has the lowest average order value, who's the best on Facebook, who's the best on Instagram, how are they monetizing those sources of traffic. It's been like an incredibly fascinating area of study, and I think it's something that gives us a real interesting leg up as a company, being that we have, a pretty strong database of people that are just trying to do what you folks are doing, which is trying to grow photography or art businesses. And so allows me to make some judgment calls on, what are the highest ROI areas to be spending your time marketing on. So let's go over kind of the agenda for the show today, and then we can kick things off. So I'll go through a little presentation up top. We have kind of a smaller group today, which I love. It makes it more intimate, allows us to spend more time on your Q&A. And regardless if you guys ever decide to become customers, I want this session to be valuable to you. I want you to be able to leave with some insights, some next steps you can potentially take to help you guys grow your businesses. So I'll go through the quick rant. After I'm done with the rant, we will open things up to Q&A, some programming notes as we're sort of going through the presentation. One of the things that we'll be doing is talking about links and various different reports and the like. And while doing that, we're going to send you, after it's all over, a replay to the actual video itself, as well as any links that we talked about. So we'll put the links in the chat, and you can see at the bottom of your Zoom window, there's like a little chat thing here. And we'll throw links in there from time to time. If you want to check something out, you want to click on it, you can do that. But like I said, we're going to email all of that to you at the end of the show anyway. Or the end of the workshop, I should say, workshop show. And so you'll have them. So on that note, let's go ahead and kick it off. And I'll also say too, as I'm sort of rolling along with the presentation, we've got team members on this session too that can reply directly to you in the chat if needs be. So if you've got questions, you can just throw them in there, and a lot of them I'll deal with in the Q&A on the back end of things. So, all right, let's get going. And everyone always asks like, hey, Art Storefronts, what do you guys do? Who are you? And we can get into some of that stuff and the software and the bells and whistles and all the rest of it. But there's sort of an argument to be had on top of it, on top of the software, which is sort of how we see the art market. And I've come up with this concept that I call the art business pyramid and the art selling pyramid. And I really do believe that this is the path to a successful art and or photography business in 2021 and beyond. And I based it loosely on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, and whether you're familiar with this or not, it's a pyramid. The concept is you have to sort these blocks on the bottom. After you do, you can start taking care of the ones on above it, right? So the first block is physiological needs. You have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to do that every single solitary day. Once you take care of that, then you can work on shelter and security and getting fit and making money and love, belonging, all the rest. So the art selling pyramid. The bottom block in this case is attention. And I say this all the time, but the best art doesn't win. The way that this world works is it is not a meritocracy on how good your art or photography is, how good your craft is. It is a meritocracy on how good you are on your marketing. The currency of the land that we live in today is attention. Simply that. With it, you can do anything. Without it, you're not in the game. I know without question, because I've been running 3 of these sessions week in, week out for over a year. I talk to more artists and photographers than probably just about any human being alive on a week in, week out basis. And I know as a result of that, plus my customers, that every single solitary person on this call has an attention problem. You do not have enough eyeballs on your art, your photography. You need more eyeballs on your art or photography if you're ever hoping to sell it. This is as true for someone that has never sold anything, just getting started, as it is for someone that's high 6 figures because they want to grow that business to $1 million plus, and they need more attention to do that. So it's really It's the currency of the land, and no different than in Maslow's situation. You have to work on it daily, just like the physiological block, eating and sleeping. You have to work on getting more attention, okay, more eyeballs to your business on a daily basis. It is the differentiator that separates successful art of photography businesses between those or not. So, attention, very important. And what do I always say on these calls? Because I think it's nice to take it sort of out of the art context is, excuse me, I had to plug the phone in. If I was going to ask you, who are some of the most powerful women in the entire world, what would you say? Everyone comes up with some names now and again. It's the Kardashians. It's the Kardashians because the Kardashians understand the attention block better than anyone, right? Any of those women, all of which that have multi-million-dollar businesses, could decide to become a photographer and artist starting tomorrow and probably have like a $10 million business year one because they understand what the currency of the land is. It's attention, okay? It's everything. Let's talk about the next block. The next block has the outer portion and then the inner portion. The outer portion consists of you need to understand the business model and you need to be building a collector list. Let's start with the business model. The business model just means specifically you need to be selling direct. You need to be selling direct to the end consumer such that you retain the information on that end consumer such that you can market to that end consumer in perpetuity going forward. And what it allows you to do is build a collector list. Now, a collector list is a concept I stole from the whale guy, Weiland, depending on who you talk to. He's the #1 best-selling artist in the entire United States, if not the world. He's got a book called Don't Be a Starving Artist. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's thin. It is a phenomenal read. And given that this guy is the #1 selling artist in the United States, you know his advice is worth it. And in there, he talks about a collector list, and he defines a collector as an individual that will buy 8+ pieces of work from him over the course of a lifetime. And then in the book, he talks about all the ways that he treats these people like VIPs. What I've learned in my, call it 6 years plus of doing this is artists and photographers, an easy way to think about it, you guys are all just commissioned salespeople. You don't have a base salary. You're commissioned salespeople, right? You make money when you sell your work. You sell a bunch of work, you work really hard at it, you've had a great year. But the flip side is, if you don't, you make nothing, right? You won't make any money at all. So a collector list, okay, having a collector list and taking care of a collector list is sort of like you have a base salary all of a sudden. You're getting paid $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 a year just by creating, just by getting out of bed. And what ends up happening is you come out with a new series of work. It could be a photographic series or an art series or commissions or limited editions. And it's going to go on sale to the public on Wednesday. Well, the Monday before that, you email your collector list. Hey, collectors, patrons, I really do appreciate you guys and how you've supported me over the years. Per usual, I'm showing you my newest work before anyone gets to see it. Love to get your feedback, zero pressure at all, but if anyone would like one, just let me know. And what ends up happening, and let's just keep the math simple, your new series is 10 pieces of work, and you have a collector list, and you notify the collector list before the public. And to start out with, maybe the collectors just buy 1 out of the 10, okay? That's 10% of this collection that's sold. And I see on a regular basis people that are selling 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% of what they've created of this new series before the public even gets to see it. That is the power of a collector list. And it is one of the fundamental game changers of this business. And it's one that many people ignore. They don't understand how important this is. Or maybe for years and years and years, they sold through galleries and they never even knew who their collectors were. And they never had the opportunity to market them. Or maybe you did the show and thayer circuit and you didn't really follow up or continue marketing with the people that purchased from you. And now you don't have these folks on a list. You don't have a base salary to your business. That's really what it comes down to. It's a base salary of your business. Fundamentally important. One of the most important aspects of an art business, full stop. So let's keep moving on the pyramid. So you understand that you need to be working daily on getting more attention. You understand the business model. You understand that you need to build a collector list. At that point, you get into the fact that there are 3 ways to sell art. I believe every artist, every photographer needs to understand these 3 ways, and they need to be working on these 3 ways when they are situationally important. So let's go through them, what they are. Number 1, the best way, always has been, in person, face-to-face. If you have the opportunity to do this, of course you want to deploy it. It makes a ton of sense. The problem, though, is we are all of us geographically fixed on this planet, and we all have to sleep, and we're incapable of having 15 conversations at once. So, what's the number two way? It's actually the worst way. It's the website. It's the website. Now, the website's the worst way to sell art? Yes, it is. Does that mean you don't need one? No, you absolutely need one. It solves for the aforementioned problems for people that are not geographically located in your town, when you can't sell in person, when you're asleep. It's very, very important, but it's actually the worst way. Number three, the newest way, quite possibly it's the greatest advancement to art selling and selling in general that's happened in this industry in a long time. And it's via live video in either one-to-one or one-to-many fashion, right? And let me give you some examples of what one-to-one is. It's exactly what we're doing right now, essentially. Let's say that I go to Dolores' website and I say, Dolores, I'm going to write her an email after I've seen this piece. Dolores, I'm really interested in a couple of your pieces. I'd love to get on a Zoom call with you and potentially talk about a few of them, and then I might purchase a couple. And Dolores says, no problem, Patrick. And she sends me an email with the Zoom link. We jump in a Zoom chat together. I introduce myself. I get to know Dolores a little bit. She shows me a couple of her pieces. She talks about the inspiration, about where they came from, and I potentially buy. That is the one-to-one fashion of leveraging live video to sell. The one-to-many, okay, is a little bit of a different example, and let's get into some of those. And hi, Janine. Nice to see you too. Hold on, I got to pull it up. A little slow on a Friday. And so what I'm going to show you here is a live art show. This particular one is actually in an art gallery, okay? And this gentleman had a show during COVID. Obviously, not that many people could attend because travel restrictions and the rest. So he did what he could in the gallery. He had his show. The next day, he took a laptop and a cell phone and followed himself around the gallery where the actual show was hung. And these are the real pieces in the real gallery on the wall. And he walked people through via live video, streaming to the social media sites, the entire show. And people were able to see the pieces, and people were able to ask questions, and people were, interact with him. And it's almost the next best thing to being in the show. Here he is. It's like his opening night. He's got a glass of wine in his hand, and everybody that wasn't able to be at the show is now able to just walk right through it and see everything that's hanging on the wall. And it is quite literally the next closest thing to being there. Now, with this particular gentleman, we have run quite a few shows over the years. And some, while that one was in a gallery, some are just in his garage studio. And here he is holding his art, and he's talking about the pieces. And, this was some stuff that he painted 10 years ago, and he had sitting around in his basement, and he was moving through them. He called it the basement sale. In this particular sale, this gentleman sold over a period of 15 days, 62 pieces of art for a little bit over 30,000 Canadian, because that's his local currency. And this concept, okay, of not having to leave your house and not having to pay a booth fee and not having to do a 50-50 split with the gallery and being able to sell direct and being able to maintain the information on the collectors is absolutely staggering. So what do we do, Art Storefronts, as a business? Okay, this was an incredible result. I can't believe this guy pulled this off. But what if it's a fluke? What if it's just him? Can we duplicate it, right? And so we started to duplicate it, work on duplicating it. And let me just get back to this. I'll show you. Here's another artist. Her name's Meg. She's an artist from Kansas City. She was moving studios, okay, from one studio to another. She had excess inventory because she's a painter. They're sketches and color studies and the like, okay? And so she had a sale. There were 80 pieces in the sale. And do you remember what I said earlier, by the way, about the collector list? So out of these 80 pieces, okay, she emailed her collectors before the show started. 46% of the sale, 46% of the show sold instantly from her collector list before the thing even went live, which is absolutely incredible. In this particular show, I think she sold 70 of the pieces for a little bit over $12,000 US. And what do we do after that? We keep duplicating it again and again and again, running more and more and more of them with various different artists in various different niches. And you do this and you start to figure out a few things. One, this is the future of how art and photography is going to be sold. It is incredibly powerful. Okay. You get to know the artist. The artist gets to merchandise their work. The artist doesn't have to leave the house. They get to keep 100% of the income as a result of these sales. This is the future, full stop. Okay. Of how art and photography is going to be sold. And the best part about it is anybody can do it. Now, is there some tradecraft that goes involved in it? Absolutely there is. There's a tremendous amount of tradecraft, and this is one of the things that people sign up with Art Storefronts for, because we know what the tradecraft is and we teach people. And I'll give you, for instance, you start running a bunch of these, you start learning lessons. Let's go back to our buddy Matthew, and you can see on his YouTube channel, and by the way, I'm going to send you all these links so you can watch them later, right? He had what was called a closet sale. Do you notice anything interesting about this one? Can you tell what's going on here? The quality is absolutely crappy. You want to know why the quality is crappy? Because someone in his household was watching Netflix when he was running the show. You can't have somebody watching Netflix when you're running the show. It's a bandwidth issue. So we're learning all of these sorts of things, right? We are sort of advancing in how these techniques and tactics work and what you need to pay attention to and what are the most important things. So those are the 3 ways to sell art. Critically important. The last block, the top block of this thing is everything else, meaning daily we are working on attention, getting more eyeballs for our art photography. We are understanding of the business model and building and maintaining our collector list. The last block is everything else. Okay, if you have a retail art gallery and it's working for you and you are deriving revenue from it, fantastic. Keep that going. If you've got the show and tell circuit, now that that's opening back up, fantastic. Let's keep that going. If you've got an online gallery, Saatchi, Etsy, Redbubble, eBay, Fine Art America, any of them, if those are working, fantastic. Let's keep those going. But it's in addition to working the rest of this pyramid. If you understand this pyramid, if you are working on this pyramid, you are on the path to growing a successful art and photography business in which you control the rules, in which nothing can be taken away from you. So that is what we believe as a premise. Every artist, every photographer that is serious, that wants to build a serious business needs to understand. And boy, are there reasons to understand this. Boy, are there reasons to be working this. You know, I mentioned I do 3 of these a week essentially, and have been for a little bit over a year, since March last year. Week in, week out, I talk to artists and photographers in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s, in their 80s, and occasionally some even in their 90s. And why do I bring that up? One, the perspective of how long you have to be doing this. It is for the rest of your life. One thing I've noticed conclusively is that artists and photographers don't have midlife crises and stop being artists and photographers and go work on something else. Once you're a creative like this, it's it. The die is cast, right? You're not changing careers. So you have a ton of time to get this idea and this business model right. Number 2, the thing that terrifies me is I see people that are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. They are at the top of their craft, but they didn't understand this pyramid at all, okay? And as a result of not understanding this pyramid and not maintaining a collector list, okay, and not working on attention, they were reliant on other revenue sources, namely the galleries, right? And as a result of that, sorry, I'm getting button heavy today. As a result of that, what do they have now? They don't have anyone to market to, right? And so it's almost like they have to start over in their old age. So that's my rant. That's what I think is critically important. At this point, we're going to open it up to Q&A. And let's talk about how Q&A works. So there's a couple of different ways to go about it. Number 1, if you're one of the brave ones with your camera on, you can raise your hand if you have a question. Myself, my staff will see that and we'll say, hey, they've got a question. We know that. If you don't have your camera on and you want to ask a question just via audio, all good. I get it. I hate being on video, so A-okay. You can throw your questions into the chat. In addition to the chat, we are also streaming live on the socials, and I see those comments. Kim, we're looking forward to your live show too. Jill, you need to do this with your inventory. You better believe it. Every artist does. So I'll see those too. So if you're watching on YouTube or on Twitter or on Facebook and you want to leave a comment, I will 100% see them. And yeah, we can go from there. Dolores, I've checked the audio, so if you're having a hard time hearing us, I think it's got to be on your end. There's got to be a way you can turn your speakers up somehow. That's what I would say. But yeah, at that point, open to you guys. Who's got questions? Can be about anything. Can be about everything that I just talked about. Can be about where you are in your particular situation. Do you have a question about niche selection or pricing, or markups, or how to navigate a gallery relationship or printing? Love to hear what your questions are. So, who wants to go first? Who's brave? I like it. I like it. It says on Zoom, it says your name's Letitia, which I sort of doubt your name is Letitia. But is it Letitia John or is it Letitia? Or do I have it wrong? You'll have to unmute. I think I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about it, I put most of my stuff online, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere. But luckily for me, I just get invited to one of Prince William Art Society, where now they have location where we can display our arts, and they also have a studio. Because the struggle for me, it's been on the internet for a while. Well, I made few sales, but not to my satisfaction.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a light switch. It's not like magically you just throw your stuff up on the internet and it works. You have to work on your marketing day in and day out, right? Like I showed on the pyramid, and that's essentially what we teach you to do all year long, is how to market, how to get your name out there.
I'm glad we have a session like this.
Yeah. I like your Zoom background. You're totally ready for the live art show right now. I mean, you should be running one this weekend.
Yeah. But I live in Virginia.
That's okay. Doesn't matter where you live. That's the beauty of it, right? Like, if you have a cell phone, you can hold it up, press the button on, get your significant other to hold it, and start rattling through those pieces and talking about them, right? It's quite literally that simple.
Yeah.
And how do I say your first name?
My first name is Milford.
Milford. Okay. Because I was gonna say so what happens with Zoom is you get like a whoever uses the Zoom, it's on there, and so yours says Letitia John Williams.
Yeah, that's my wife's.
Yeah, I figured. So, all right, Milford. Yeah.
I have a few paintings on my background there, if you can see it.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, thank you.
Was that it, or do you have more questions, Milford? Okay, well, if you could think of more questions, let me know. Barry, I see your hands. I'll get you next after Veronica. Or Veronique. Go ahead.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to see artists from all over. My struggle is that I'm a multidisciplinary artist.
Okay.
And I don't track a lot of people on Instagram because I don't go and promote my art. I really want to have feedback from people who appreciate or who have comments to make about my art. Okay. And I'm not on Facebook. I do not like Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn because I think the platform is a little more intellectual, and I like the exchange much better with artist groups. So how do I go about really marketing my art? Because I'm all over the place. I'm yin-yang personality. I create from my mind. I don't replicate or copy, and therefore it's anything and everything.
Yes. And how do I pronounce your first name, by the way?
Veronique.
Veronique. Okay. So a couple of different things there. And one, I should say, one of the things that we do as a company is we teach our customers to market all year long. And the reason that we do that is, we know as a business, Art Storefronts, the only way that we are going to be successful is if we have successful customers. And as it turns out, a website is not enough, right? If I was the genie and I came out of a lamp right now and I said, I will move your website right now tomorrow, you don't have to do anything. I'll do all of it. Tell me where you want me to pick it up and drop it. I'll set the whole thing up. Your business would not change at all because you don't have a website problem. You have a marketing problem, right? You have the attention problem. And so we teach you how to do that all year long. And I can get into some of the details about how we go about that. But in terms of Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, let's take it out of the art world for a second and talk about it in a different context. We're all just fishermen, right? And we have to go where the fish are. That's how you catch them, right? And you know what? I don't like Facebook any more than you do. I don't like Instagram. I hate all of them equally. Okay. But I'm contrarian enough to understand as a marketer, I have to go where the attention is. And so is it on Facebook? Yes, it is. Is it on Instagram? Yes, it is. Do you have to leverage those sources together in what's called omni-channel marketing? Yes, you do. What is omni-channel marketing? You send out an email. It's announcing a sale. That message needs to dovetail with what you post on Instagram. It needs to dovetail with what you post on Facebook, and yes, LinkedIn as well. So that's just sort of omni-channel marketing, and it's something that all of us need to do in today's day and age. There's just no escaping it, right? If you want to grow a business, you need to be growing your leads. You need to be emailing them. You need to be running sales and doing all of these traditional marketing efforts. And no artist or photographer wants to do them. As a result of the fact that no artist or photographer wants to do them, that means they are the highest ROI thing you could be doing, right? Because if nobody wants to do it, it's always the thing that yields the greatest results. And that's sort of why we exist. We teach our customers to do that all year long.
Okay.
You're like, but I don't want to do it. How have you gone about selling all your art up till now?
How do I do? I'm a very low techie, so that's an increased challenge.
Yes.
I post daily on LinkedIn, some daily a photograph and sometimes a piece of art, sometimes just either or.
Okay.
And again, because I can take urban things, photography, or animals, or I paint abstract, or I do trash art as well. It's very difficult to capture a public per se. And therefore, even with galleries, it's difficult. I have had some very successful exhibition in Europe, but here, I think the public is either very traditional or focused on one particular style with one artist. And therefore, for those of us who are really all over the place and multidisciplinary, we have a problem.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop. That is nonsense, and I will call that right now. Artists and photographers tend to get hung up and think that in today's day and age, the brand is just what you create, and nothing could be further from the truth. You're the brand just as much as the art is the brand. What you do, what makes you tick, your peccadillos, what you're interested in, what your likes are, how intellectual you are. You are the brand, your European background, which is, by the way, where are you from originally, just out of curiosity?
No, I'm Parisian. I'm from Paris.
Got it. So yeah, all of that is a massive part of the brand too. They don't care what you create. Once they get bonded to you and they know and like and trust you and they like what you do as an artist, you can create whatever you want. It could be photographs, it could be sculptures, it could be multidiscipline. They're following you as much as the various different aspects of art. So trust me, you don't have a multidisciplinary problem. That's nothing could be further from the truth. You can put out whatever you want to put out, and the people that are loyal and love you will buy it because they're following you and they're trusting you. You have a marketing problem. You don't have a multidisciplinary problem. Trust me, I know.
So I guess my collector would be bipolar because my art, I'm
exactly.
not bipolar, but my art.
Yeah.
I mean, just a quick, I don't want to take the time, but I'm going from this to things like that to...
we lost the camera, Veronique.
Oh, I'm sorry. I pressed the button.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, okay. Show me number 2. I want to see number 2. So those ones to...
From this like that, which has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
From, again, things like this. And again, where do you...
Yeah.
Where do you
draw the line? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes. So anyway.
Yeah. You're what I can tell though is that, you're creating a problem that doesn't exist. Your problem 100% is with marketing. It's not with your various different styles. I know this because I have 5,500 customers. I study them intently. Everything that they do, right? And I've got every niche, every subject material, every different type of revenue sources. Some people are selling merchandise and sculptures and photographs and art and wall art and knickknacks and everything else. It doesn't matter. There's no set of rules that says you have to be the one type of artist or the other type of artist. What you're not doing is effectively marketing and sticking at it consistently, and that's the only thing that you need to do. And that's the one thing that we teach all year long. Trust me, we can help you. I know that the tech aspect of it is a challenge. And when you're not good at the tech aspect, you have to, there's a little bit more of a learning curve. But I don't understand in today's day and age what the alternative is, right? I mean, I feel very strongly, we feel as an organization that the art industry is going through its Blockbuster Netflix moment or its taxi cab Uber moment, right? Like the old way of doing business is getting obliterated. The 50-50 split with the gallery and you don't get to keep your customer data is getting obliterated, right? The future belongs to the artist or photographer that is capable of doing their own marketing, is capable of getting attention, and does so consistently. And you just need to learn. Now, let me tell you, let's just say you signed up tomorrow. The first year is going to drive you nuts. You're going to want to pull your hair out of your head. We're going to have to teach you how to send emails and how to properly post on Facebook and how to run a live art show and what little stuff you have to do with the website. But you know what? It gets easier. And you know what's even better? When you're not doing it alone. What we have is we put all of our customers into cohorts. You're in Zoom sessions like this on a weekly basis with a bunch of people that are trying to solve the exact same problems you are. And it is a much more helpful way to do this. It's a much more helpful way to learn this new way of marketing and getting yourself out there. And once you do, it all becomes easier. And especially early on, like for the people that are tech challenged, yes, we have great support and all of that, and we're going to help you, but like table that for a second. You start in on it. It's mega frustrating, but because we show you the right way to do it, the highest ROI, return on investment of your time, you're going to start getting some wins along the way. And that's going to fill up your emotional gas tank. And it's going to get you going more and more and more and more. So that's what we do. It's why we exist.
May I ask another question?
Please.
Unless somebody else has, a question. You teach your customers as well how to pack and ship, and because that's another nightmare.
Yes, we do. Do you just sell originals or do you sell originals, commissions, prints, the whole thing?
No, it's just original because I have 300 and some stuff here that I need to keep moving. So
yes, your business is screaming for a live art show, screaming for one to move all that. Yes, we do. Interestingly enough, I go back to the examples I showed you earlier, and everyone always gets hung up on shipping, and I'm like, what's the biggest problem? It's not. It's selling, it's not shipping. But this poor guy, not kidding, and he's a French speaker too. He's in Laval in Canada. He had to ship 60 pieces after this one, and Meg, in her case, had to ship 70 pieces. And so between the two of them, we have a whole bunch of customers that have ironed out just about every shipping system imaginable. So and we literally. To solve this problem right now, we're conducting an interview with those two to talk about the various different ways that they did it. But in Matthew's case, he had to ship in Canada. He had to ship into the United States. He had to ship 4 pieces to Europe. He had to ship a couple of pieces to Mexico and Central America and 2 to Asia. And so that's a regular thing that he does on a regular basis. So yes, we've ironed out all those kinks. But step 1, let's sell the stuff. Step 2, let's worry about how to ship it, right? Let's sell it first. But yeah, with that amount of inventory you have, like, you need to run a live art show. We will teach you how to run a live art show. You don't just need to run one of them. You actually need to run thousands of them. And let's start getting that stuff off the wall. Let's get you some white wall space back.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Okay, there was Linda, I see your hand. Hans, I see your hand. But there was someone. Hold on, I'm finding her.
Barry.
Yeah, Barry. I gotcha. Go ahead, Barry. Next one.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. So what I'll say, one thing is when you say that people are interested in you and the brand,
mm-hmm.
When I first started posting, I would get so many, for me, I've sold all my art on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or then a few in person.
Okay.
Once they kind of see my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's like when I first started posting, and I posted photos of me with the art,
mm-hmm.
I would get 500 likes on each photo,
yep.
and people would comment on it and ask can you make me something like this? And I was selling so much.
Yes.
And maybe it was because it was during COVID.
Yes.
But now I'm in this place where I just posted a giveaway today
mm-hmm.
of an art piece, and it's just the art piece, and I got 70 likes on it. It's been a few hours, and I used to get 100 likes within an hour.
Yeah.
And I don't want to I don't know if me when I hold the art, I don't want it to be like I want to be an art gallery, like online, and I want to be like my social media is like art. But for some reason, people really like when I post with my art.
Yes.
And so that's one thing, which kind of, so what you said was true. And like, what I really need to do is my whole approach or my whole message with my art is mental health awareness. And like, I've never done a video. I've never done any like, hi, this is why I do it. And I need to do that. But like,
yes, you do.
I mean, I have a tripod, I have whatever, but like, I need to hire somebody to.
No,
like,
you do not. Absolutely, you do not. You could make it right now on this session. Hold it up. Go live on Instagram. How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Not that many.
It's okay. How many?
Like, almost 3,000.
3,000 is great. 3,000 is incredible. By the way, we have people at Art Storefronts that are selling more than $100,000 of art a year with 5,000 followers on Instagram.
They're selling what?
More than $100,000 worth of art a year with 5,000 followers on Instagram. So
yeah, that's like what I want to be.
Yes. You figured out a lot of really smart things. One, you know, what do most artists and photographers do on Instagram? And obviously you're younger, you're generationally, you grew up on Instagram, you know, to a lesser extent. But artists and photographers like, oh, I'm posting my work all the time on Facebook and Instagram. And I'll pull up their accounts and I'll look at them and it's 2D image after 2D image after 2D image after 2D image. Well, guess what hangs on my wall? It's not a 2D image. It is something that actually hangs on the wall. So when you're responding to the fact that like they're commenting on you holding the art, right, and merchandising it, you figured out a very powerful, this is what you're selling. You're selling whatever goes and hangs on the wall. It's not a damn 2D image, right? So you're totally on the right track with that one. I think you need to keep doing what you're doing. I think, you know, in terms of the likes in COVID versus the likes recently, if I drive to your house right now and I pick you up and I take you down to the local ATM machine and I say, Barry, show me the button on the ATM machine for likes or shares or comments. It doesn't exist, okay? If you were selling well via Instagram, so don't get hung up on the likes. The likes don't matter. Likes are not important. You're totally on the right track. You just need to refine your marketing game a little bit and stay at it consistently. How long have you been at it? How long have you been doing this?
A year.
A year. God, you got your whole career in front of you. Amazing. And you've already figured out some stuff. Are you building an email list?
No, because I don't have anyone's email. All I have is Instagram, and I have an art studio. And I used to have an art studio with lighting, so I would take all these videos and be painting. But now I have this art studio with blacked out windows, and I can't control the air. So I'm freezing. So I'm wearing like all these sweaters. So I'm not taking any videos because I'm sitting there like painting like miserably.
Yes, which is a great story in and of itself, by the way. I love it. You need to start gathering emails. Well, okay, so let me ask you this then. What drove you to us?
I Googled how to sell art.
And that's how you found us. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's how you found us. Yeah. We can absolutely help you. I'm very, very encouraged for you because you're starting so young at this and you're going to learn the rules. And that little rant that I just went through up top, hopefully that had you nodding your head. You already have some aspects of it. You just need to have the rest of it. And do you realize you've got your whole career ahead of you? If you know that now and you start gathering emails now and you start emailing those emails on a regular basis and we teach you how to run sales and you start running sales at the appropriate time and you add prints to your mix in addition to the originals and you get some good price points going.
Artists, I don't know. I feel like I've been doing well for like the first year. Everyone's like, it's really cool. And now I see all my stuff and I'm like, I kind of hate it and I don't like it and I'm uninspired. And like, I've never even reached out to a gallery. I don't even know how to send an email to a gallery. And meanwhile, like I was marketing manager of a company in New York. Like I was social media manager. I was executive assistant to the president, to Bernard Arnault of like, like I literally could do all this stuff and yet I can't do it for myself because I need someone else to do it for. Like I just.
Yeah. Wait, so you're telling me that being a solopreneur and an artist is an emotional roller coaster? I had no idea. I had no idea that being an artist and a solopreneur was an emotional roller coaster. There's going to be ups and downs, my dear. That's part of the game. What's that?
I've been selling, and then all of a sudden in the past 2 months, it's like, how am I going to afford rent?
Yes. Yes. There's no one said it is an easy road. That is for sure. You've got some things that you need to be following. I mean, like, look, the fact that you're selling already puts you way ahead of everyone else. Okay. You know how many people are creating things that don't sell? A lot, right? The only thing that matters is whether or not somebody pays for the art, right? And gives you the validation that you're on the right track, that you have a product that the market wants. So the fact that you have that going on, you're in a fantastic situation. If you are not paying rent right now, you definitely need to get a job though, so you can continue to grow the art side of it. If you're already living on your art in year 1 of your career, you've got skills, my dear, and you're lucky, because that is not the norm. That is not, trust me when I say that is not the norm. There are a whole bunch of people that are nodding their head on here going, year 1, not the norm. Okay. Do you know how many artists that start year 1? Let me just give you some context. Okay. I want to give you some context, Barry, because I feel like you need some bucking up, and it's a Friday and I'm in a good mood and I want to show you this. So, okay, let's do some context. This book, which I want you to buy and I want you to read, it's called The $12 Million Stuffed Shark, The Curious Economics of Contemporary Art. It is a fantastic viewpoint window inside to the contemporary art market, okay? It's a really, really good read. We'll send you the link after the fact. I want to quote a section from this, okay? Artists by the numbers. And let me just read this out. It will take me a second. I want everyone to hear this. The art market looks pretty healthy from the standpoint of a branded artist represented by a branded dealer, and okay from that of an artist represented by a mainstream gallery. What does the market look like from the standpoint of all non-represented artists, or those selling through local or suburban galleries? Most of those artists see the high-priced art market only through the magazines or gallery opens and auction catalogs, okay? This is where it gets interesting. There are approximately 40,000 artists resident in London and about the same number in New York. Of the total of 80,000, 75 are superstar artists with 7-figure incomes. Below those are 300 mature, successful artists who show with major galleries and earn 6-figure incomes from their art. On the next level down are about 5,000 artists who have some representation, most in a mainstream gallery, and who supplement their income through teaching, writing, or supported partners. Hence, you see my little spreadsheet above. 80,000, 40,000 in New York, 40,000 in Los Angeles, 75.09% are making over $1 million. Let's go to the mature, successful ones. 300, 0.38%. Okay, and then the other ones, okay, the 5,000, these are under 6 figures, and they have to supplement their income. That is 6.72% out of the 80,000. Are you telling me you're in there already, Bari? You got a lot of things to smile about, my dear, okay? Little context to buck you up, and you should buy that book and read it.
Thank you.
Yes.
This was just a comment. My actual question was how to reach out and if I should reach out to galleries, because I know so many people that like.
I don't think you should.
I'm in this world in Palm Beach where like I have friends whose parents, like I told my friend, like you should sell your art, it's good, and she was like, okay, and then her parents bought her a booth at an art show.
Yes.
And like I'm comparing myself to these people that have like and I want to do all these art shows that are in Chicago and New York,
yes.
But like how am I going to ship all my pieces up there? And I was supposed to have a show in Miami that got canceled because of COVID, and now I have 10 pieces. I have 10 pieces in inventory, and normally I just do commissions. So now I don't go to my art studio because I hate looking at these 10 pieces that are sitting on the floor. And I'm like, these are just sitting here. No one's buying them. So I'm not painting because I don't want to paint to just make a piece to sit on the floor in my art studio.
Yes.
I want to do commissions. So like, I like doing commissions. That's my whole thing.
The life of an artist. It's a roller coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster. You know, it's one of the funny things.
Stop painting? Like I feel like I should stop painting.
No.
You should. Buying it.
You should go out this weekend, have some fun with your friends, and then Sunday look in the mirror and say, "Oh, okay, that was a low point. Now let's get back on the ride and keep going again." This is a long, lonely road, and you are a solopreneur. And like one of the interesting things that we have in our company as a community, and you get a whole bunch of people that are in the exact same situation that you are. And you know what ends up happening? Right when you're at your lowest point and you need a little kick in the butt, one of your friends comes along and gives you the kick in the butt, and you get back on the roller coaster going up again. And that's right where you are now.
So don't reach out to galleries?
I don't think reaching out to galleries is going to be the highest ROI thing that you can do. I rather focus you on what you're doing in terms of marketing. Obviously, we'll teach you. Yeah, but we'll teach you a little bit more and how to make a little bit more noise. And what I like is not showing up hat in hand with a gallery. I like the gallery when it comes to you. I also believe that, you know, like I go back to my earlier example buddy here, and let me just give this some more teeth. Let me pull it up. Where is he? So this guy, okay, he is mega accomplished artist. Oh, I don't have it up. No, it's silly. He's a mega accomplished artist, okay? And his pieces on the cheap start at like 5,500 and they go up to like, 30,000, right? He's got celebrity collectors, names that you would know. And he used to do the full-blown dog and pony show. And what do I mean the full-blown dog and pony show? He would have a big gallery sale. And he would have a 50-50 split, and he would not get to keep his customer information, and he would paint for 6 to 9 months just to have the show ready to go. And, the bartender, the velvet ropes, the performance art, the whole thing. So at his last show, pre-COVID, I think he sold 127,000 Canadian. Let's just say 100,000 Canadian to keep the math simple. So he kept $50,000 Canadian as a result of that. But none of the information on the collectors. Okay. All right. Now let's contrast that with these 2 sales that he had. Okay. Without leaving his basement. Right. And look at this one. He doesn't even have sleeves. Okay. He doesn't even have sleeves in this one. So anyway, the point is, here's mega accomplished guy that had 2 sales, sold 60 pieces for 30,000. He did not have to leave his garage studio. He's just pulling the work out. And Veronique, I think, this is why I was screaming at you. So he made 30,000 Canadian, okay, without leaving his house, and he kept all the information on the collectors. What does he need the gallery for? He's making more money selling direct. This is the business model. So, I'm not saying you can't cultivate the gallery relationships, but understand what you have now is the best part of it. You just need some context and some perspective. You're just getting started.
What about artists? What about collaborations with brands? I have two brand collaborations coming out that I have like licensing agreements with.
I love those.
But I want more.
Yes.
I don't know how to reach out to them. Those are only people that reached out to me.
Yeah, the only thing that you need to do is keep your head down and show up to work every day. That's it.
Really?
Yes, you're year one. You are on the right track, my dear. I do think you should sign up with us, and that's not a sales pitch. I think we can help you and focus you. But you just need to understand the perspective of it takes 3 to 5 years of hardcore grinding on any business to get to the place where you actually feel like you have some momentum. Just truth. It doesn't matter what business it is.
I went to college for art. It's not like I never.
I don't care if you went to college for art. You didn't learn a damn thing in college. Worthless, okay? Yeah, you learned about art history and the masters and everything else. You sure as hell didn't learn how to build a business.
So I've been selling on Instagram for a year.
Yes. Wonderful. You need to continue selling on Instagram and Facebook and be building an email list and be capturing emails and have your art up on the website. Don't make me go through my presentation again, okay, Barry? I'll do it. I'll restart the whole thing. You need to be selling in person. You need to be selling on your website. You need to be running live art shows. You need to be having sales when the time is right. You're on the right track. You just need the perspective. You're year one. This is going to take you 10 years, okay, until you're actually truly grinding.
10 years.
You better believe it. Nothing good comes easy. How many kids do you know your age that are absolutely crushing it in their jobs right now that are not in the inheritance business? None.
That are not in the arts business?
No, not in the inheritance business. Those ones don't count. If you're in the inheritance business, you know what I mean? The inheritance business?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a marathon. Trust me, you're in a great place. Let's give it teeth. So in year one, back of the napkin, total sales. What do you think it was?
Me?
Yeah, what's the dollar number?
Year one?
Yeah.
45,000?
Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea how rarefied atmosphere that places you in? Like a normal.
A lot of my friends.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like a normal trajectory, like for an artist that's just getting started marketing, is like 4,000 to 5,000, maybe 10,000 year one, and then year two they try to double it. And they get to like 25 or 30. And then year 3 or year 4, maybe they're at like 70 or 80. And then year 5, they pop the 6 figures. You're going to pop the 6 figures in 3 years if you just stay at it. If you just stay at it.
I was on my couch for a year. Like it's
good.
Not like I was
Good.
Okay.
That's what it takes. You just need the perspective right there. You're completely on the right track. And I would say too, though, don't put yourself in a situation where you're stressing to make rent. Like if you have to go get a day job or waitress or do something to provide the income you need to continue focusing on your art, do that. Don't be the starving artist. That's a stupid cliche and it doesn't need to happen. You can go and get a job and keep working this job, right? And continue to grow it and pour all of the money back into it and start running ads on Facebook and Instagram and sign up with us and all of the things that you need to do to continue growing this business. And I want you to run a live art show this weekend.
I have to hang them all up.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Look at. Was it Marlins?
No light. I need to buy lights.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
So bad,
this. You need this. That's it. I mean, look. Where are the?
I need to get an iPhone. You know.
No, oh, you have an Android phone. Works just as well. Works just as well.
Bad iPhone, like it's an 8. Okay. Anyway, I'm taking up too much time. Thank you.
Yes. You need to come get a test drive too, and
a what?
A test drive of the software, so you see it all, and you'll learn some more stuff. April, make a note to follow up with Barry 1 week. Stalk her on Instagram. If she hasn't run the live art show yet, I want you to light her DMs up and say, "Where's the live art show? Where is it?" Deal?
Bye.
Deal. All right. I like it. Have a great weekend and congratulations. That was incredible results year 1.
Thank you.
Okay, Hans, you're up next. And I hope I'm saying your name right.
Yes, Hans. Yeah, you got it right.
Cool.
I've been drawing for like 40 years, and my situation turned for the worse when I had COVID back in December.
Sorry to hear that.
I haven't been working since last December because I also had a lung condition, which means right now I'm confined to the house.
Okay.
And I just started 2 weeks ago to start my artwork. To this day, I did like 8 pieces, and so far I've sold about 5 pieces.
Nice.
And I really like what y'all got going on, and I'd like some more information on building a website, because I've already started putting my work on Facebook, and I'm about to start to put some of my work on Instagram now. And I do have some customers. I have one who is a collector, and he's a good base for me. And I use others as word of mouth. And since I just got started, I'm okay on supplies and everything. But the only thing is, I'm still confined at home, and I think this is going to be for the foreseeable future.
That's okay. You can still totally run a robust business for the first time in history from your house, right? And if anything, COVID taught us this, right? Like, COVID was so amazing in so many ways. And Barry, it goes a little bit back to what you were saying. Like, so what happened in COVID? Everyone's confined. Everyone's locked down. No one's going to work anymore. They're finally in their house enough to say, like, I'm sick of my white walls and I'm going to do something. I'm actually going to put something up there, right? We're all on Zoom calls. People are sick of having the ugly Zoom backgrounds. So art, photography sales, just like everything in home decor, exploded, highest levels ever, right? Then, on the other hand, all of the available venues, sorry, my camera cuts my hands off, to buy art disappeared. Galleries not open, right? Show and fair circuit not open. Yes, the online galleries remained, but really the ones that truly profited in COVID for record demand and decreased supply were the ones that were marketing and understood how to market and understood how to get their stuff out there. And if you knew how to do that, you had a record sales year. And guess what, brother? No leaving the house at all, right? So don't even worry about being confined. That's not going to slow you down in the slightest. You still got to work, right? And you have to do that part of it, but the being confined to home is not going to hurt you. It really isn't.
Okay. Yeah. I just need some information. How what's the process of
so we do this thing called a demo request, and it's essentially you test drive the card. You get to see the whole thing. It's like an hour presentation with you and somebody from our outreach team. They'll show you all the bells and whistles of the software, all the various different things we do, how we teach marketing, how we get you integrated with the printer and do print on demand, and the fact that you can sell merchandise and everything. And so it's a really simple thing to do. There's links in the chat. We'll email you them after the fact. They're on our website. It just says request a demo. You fill that out. Somebody from our team will call you, schedule it, and you go through the whole thing on a Zoom session. But the beauty about the website is we have the best art selling websites on the planet. It's not even close. It's not braggadocio. There's not really that many people that are trying to do it. So we have all the bells and whistles. The things are ready to go right out of the box. All you got to do is upload your pieces, put a logo up, write the About Me section, and then start marketing. You don't have to do anything else. There's no monkeying around colors or fonts or changing layouts or anything else. Like what we have out of the box just works. They're phenomenal. So you just put your individual style on there, set your prices, and then get going on your marketing, right? Get going on your marketing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. And good luck, man. I hope that lung condition goes away. You get cleared up.
I hope so too.
Yeah. I'll say a prayer for you, Hans.
Thanks.
Okay, Linda Lee, you're up next. Go ahead, Linda Lee. And you'll need to unmute, Linda. I'll let you know when you get it. Yep, gotcha.
Unmute. Okay. So my questions are, now I have talked to you guys a few times.
Okay.
And I've talked to people on the phone, and it all sounds great. And I think I am ready to make this transition. I did want to ask you though about the marketing.
Yes.
See, I'm not business savvy. I'm not into marketing. I paint.
Yes.
So,
Linda, you just described in one sentence 99.5% of artists on this planet.
Right. So you guys have a program that will teach me.
We are essentially, everyone thinks like we're a website company. We are essentially an art business university that has a website product. That's all we are. And you come in, you pay your fees, your tuition, and there's no graduates, and there never will be, because the damn goalposts in today's marketing land move so quickly, right? It's like, you know, when people tell me, people always tell me like, hey, should I go back to college and get a degree, in marketing or business so I can figure this out? And I'm like, absolutely not. But they don't even have the textbooks printed. They're editing the textbooks, and they're out of date. And they're out of date already. It
changes daily.
Yes.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So I just I want to go with you guys.
Yes.
And I really do. And I think maybe you guys can really help me out. But I just want to know
we can 100% help you out. We will 100% help you out.
What I'm supposed to be doing.
You just need to commit to doing the work and learning. And like I was saying to Veronica, I mean, the first year sucks. I don't sugarcoat it. I'm not trying to tell you that like this is a light switch that you just sign up with us.
You mean I won't make money next month? I won't be like $50,000 ahead next month?
No. You see that?
No, I'm teasing.
I know. You see that, Barry? Not easy to get there. No, but I'm saying, success with us is directly proportional to number of hours put in a week, and then the consistency in which you do it.
Yes.
So if you have 5 hours a week to give me, fine. But I want 52 weeks of the 5 hours a week, and then we'll talk again after the year. That first year, I've got to, you know what I have to teach you? I have to teach you how to capture emails. I have to teach you how to email those emails. I have to teach you how to post on the socials. I have to teach you how to run a live art show. I have to teach you how to run a sale and what the mechanics look like of a sale. How do you announce a sale? How do you tease a sale? What percentages off do you do? What do you do during the sale, after the sale? How do you extend a sale? And guess what? With the sales, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, Prime Day. We come up with a bunch of other excuses. All of those are muscles. They are marketing muscles that you need to build up.
Right.
But this business is very, very simple. It is very, very simple. Normal marketing, sale. Normal marketing, sale. Normal marketing, sale. Normal marketing, sale. The year repeats, and we do it again. And year in, year out, the business grows. You get better at it. So if you are in a position where you're like, I am down to do this, I'm going to commit to learning how to build this business and stay at it consistently, then yes, it is a no-brainer. You're going to be good to go.
Okay. And then I don't know if you will discuss it now as far as the pricing goes.
No, 100%.
Maybe somebody would call me.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to discuss the pricing. So, the way it can be thought of is, no joke, we are an art business university, and then we have a website product. Like the website product is the same with everyone else's. There's a monthly fee. The art business university, and let's just talk about what that is. We give you a 365-day-a-year calendar. The calendar tells you exactly what you need to be doing, when to run a sale, when to just post regularly, what text to use, email templates, everything, okay? The calendar comes beginning, beginner, intermediate, advanced. You start at beginner, you master beginner, you move to intermediate, you move to advanced. In addition to that, we run Zoom sessions just like this one. 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You're on here. We're teaching in person what we're telling you to do on the calendar. There is digital do-it-yourself education. If we're asking you to run a sale, then there are courses on how to run a sale, all the ins and outs, everything that you do, video step by step. Then there's support. You can get on Zoom sessions like this with support 6 days a week. Not only do we support our application, we support other applications, meaning if you have a problem with Facebook, you can contact our support department and they'll get you unstuck. And that goes on all year long. And so to justify the paying for that, we charge a one-time fee. It's one-time tuition to the university, if you like. The plans start at $999 down and $49 a month. And there's plans that go up from there. What are the differences? They have a few bells and whistles more on the website, none of which you need when you're just getting started. All you need is to focus in on the marketing. You can upgrade or downgrade at any point in time, and they'll give you all those details on the phone. Well, you've heard some of them. You probably just need the refresh.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. If you want, we can have your person reach out to you, Linda, so you don't have to do anything. We'll just call you.
Yes. You know what? If you could,
April, will you put on the to-do list? Just have whoever's Linda's rep to call her, and April will take care of that. Done. Okay. You don't even have to do anything.
Thank you very much.
You don't have to
April.
You don't have to do anything except commit, Linda. You're giving me 52 weeks of whatever hours you can give me, not missing the whole year. If you do that, we will make you successful, full stop.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for taking the time.
My pleasure.
To do these videos and give us the information we need.
Yeah, critical. Thanks, Linda. Have a great weekend. All right, Veronica, you're up again.
Yes, again.
Side note, are you watching the Euros? Are you a devout
Of course.
French soccer fan? Team looks pretty doggone good. It looks pretty good.
I don't, but my husband is.
Your husband is good.
Far away from that. But
yes.
I just wanted to, before I ask you a quick question, and don't hold you later. I just wanted to tell Barry that you don't realize at your age the luck you have to have friends buying your art, to have followers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Barry, unmute yourself. Hear it from someone experienced. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I mean, really, I mean, it's great. And you have all those marketing talent that all of us who are older, we're trying to figure it out, and it's just hell. You have no idea. So kudos for you. But yes, I just wanted to ask really quick, how many hours a day do we have to put into the program?
Yeah, so there's a premise underneath your question that's flawed, and the premise is that there's some sort of magical formula in terms of hours that works for everybody, right? And there's I get like 6 different variations of this question. Let me just give them to you because it's good contextual. What are the most important price points? The price points, and the premise is if I just know the good price points, then that's what I'll list my art for, and I'll be successful. What are the best selling sizes? If I just know what the sizes are and I use those, I'll be successful. Or the hours per week, right? Every single solitary artist has a different journey. Some are working 40 hours a week and they're not getting anywhere because there's something in their system that's broken. Some are working 2 hours a week and they have a 6-figure a year business, and everything in between. We have people that have 5,000 Instagram followers that have bigger businesses, okay, than some people that have 1 million followers on Instagram. There's no rhyme or reason to it. All I can tell you is you give the amount of hours that you can give, and it's less about the amount of hours that you can give me, and it's more about giving me those hours consistently year in and year out. That's what changes the game. And that's what no artists do. What do all artists do? Any of this sound familiar? This is going to be my year. I'm going to start marketing. It's going to be awesome. And you market really, really hard for 3 months, and then you don't get the results that you wanted, and then you quit for another year and a half. Rinse and repeat. Everyone does that. No one understands the consistency. The consistency is the most important aspect of the whole thing. So I don't care if you've got 5 hours to give me, or 10, or 20. I'll take what I can get, but I want 52 weeks a year of it. And then the year after that, I want 52 weeks a year. You can take time off. You're European. You probably need like a month for vacation. But other than that, I need the 52 weeks a year consistently. That's the key.
And there is no warranty that you will help us sell through your plans and your university. I'm a university professor, so I know the dialect and the linguistic behind it. There is no warranty that we will have a minimum of sales because of what you're teaching us.
Yeah, it's I have to ask my wife. My wife's got a PhD in statistics, essentially, like to look at our data set. And again, I go, it's one of the most fascinating things you'll ever see. I mean, it's not a meritocracy in the quality of someone's skill as an artist or a photographer. It is 100% a meritocracy in the marketing that gets the most attention. But, we sit there, and it's not hyperbole. We literally study, like I have a whole entire team inside the company, and we just go and we pull the data on who's selling the most, and then we put everything into spreadsheets. How much website traffic are they getting? How many Instagram followers do they have? How many are on their email list? How many Facebook followers? How many sales are they running a year, right? And every other metric that we can pull. And I'm looking for the same premise that you had your original question. Is there some sort of formula I can pull out of here, right, that can directly apply? And it never works out that way. Everyone's just got a different journey, right? Some people are selling to a diehard niche, and as a result, their sales are huge. Some people, I think their art sucks. It's terrible, and they've got great businesses. Other people that I think are the best artists I've ever seen in my life, their art's barely selling. And, you know, I use that story of the gal with 5,000 Instagram followers. She is kicking this guy's butt. He's got 1.3 million, and he's like a national name. There's just no rhyme or reason to it. There really isn't. It just kind of comes down to all these various different factors, which is amazing. But what I can tell you is if you're willing to work the program and stay at it consistently and understand it's going to take years of marketing to really build a business in this new world, you will be successful. The only people that are like angry and quit are the ones that are not doing the work. That's it. Other than that, no one ever cancels. No one ever cancels. We've got like a really good program.
Question about Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
Do you suggest us any specific hashtag or site, or because?
Oh, we teach you. Yeah, we teach you absolutely everything. It's less about like any little like hacky thing here or there. Although we certainly have those. It's more about the kind of stuff that you'd post and then understanding how the world works. Normal marketing, sale. Normal marketing, sale. That's it.
So you will give us Instagram.
Oh, we give you text
and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. And one last thing, because I know time is running out. Barry, you understand you have a studio. I work out in a condo up in the skies with no balcony, no terraces to work from, and I like to spray paint. So you really have advantages on some of us, right? Mm-hmm. And you're doing great.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, you tell your husband good luck tomorrow. I think France is playing. Who's France playing? I think they're playing Hungary. They're going to destroy them. But anyway, huge soccer fan. Okay, Barry, I know your hand up again. It's going to go Anthony, then Barry, then Linda. So Anthony, go ahead.
Hello.
Yep, gotcha.
So I'm liking a lot of what I see here.
Great.
This is a business. So am I required to get a EIN number? And also another question I have, as far as taxes, this is a business that can be moved around. I mean, if I'm traveling, this and that, but do the taxes go to where I originated this business? Or
yeah, I'm not an accountant, so I can't answer those things directly, obviously, but here's what I would say. You only have one problem. The problem is selling. Once you sell, everything else is so easy to sort. The shipping, the taxes, the EIN. Don't worry about any of those problems. Those problems are downstream from the only problem that matters, moving the work, right? So all very solvable, all very easy. We have every scenario imaginable. We've got people that are on the road. We've got expats. We've got half the time here, half the time there, in every state, in every province, on multiple different continents. And so, like taxes just vary from place to place, but we're going to be able to answer your questions 100 different ways to Sunday and all that. So don't worry.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Okay. All right, Barry, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to her.
Yes. Good.
And I don't know if she's still there. She's still there.
Did she jump off or not? Hold on. Yeah, you can ask her. Ronica, are you still there?
I was also going to say, I mean, I know that you would teach them this too, but if you don't want to spend like all the time on social media, there's like apps where you can like set things to post later. So like if you're off in, somewhere with no Wi-Fi or whatever, it can like post for you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I will try to find those apps. Thank you so much.
Thank you for all the kind words.
Of course.
And you guys have been very motivating.
You're brilliant and you're young and you're motivated and you'll do it.
Yeah. See what happens, Barry, when you have a little community and you have some perspective, right? And you're like, oh, I'm down in the depths right now. Like the community is such an important aspect of it.
We just gotta push ourselves, right? Like there's so many things I know I could do. There's so many things we all know we could be doing. I just don't do it. Like I'm like, okay, it's 6 p.m. I'm gonna make dinner and sit on my couch, but like I really could be doing so much.
Yes. It's good motivation here. I like what we're talking about. It's a great way to kick off the weekend here. So, all right, good job. Anything else? Aside from the live art show that you're going to be running this weekend, Barry?
Oh, anything else I'm going to be doing?
Yeah. No, any other questions, I'm saying?
Oh,
okay.
Just, no.
Okay.
I don't know. I have so many questions, but I don't know where I am right now.
Yeah,
it'll come to me.
Okay, so that's good. All right, Linda, back to you. Are you there, Linda? I'm unmuting again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All good.
I'm unmuted now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to check. Now, I actually have, I started a website, but I believe I talked to one of the people from your place, I talked to Jeffrey, and you guys would help set up another website, which would be maybe more functional, I guess.
At the core of what we do is a website. So yes, you would get rid of your old one and move to ours. That's part of the ballgame.
And would that be included in the original price?
Yes,
and
of
then
course.
The monthly fee?
Yes, of course.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Yep.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you so much for all your help.
Yes, our pleasure. It's what we do. All right, guys. Good session. Good session today. You never know where these things are going to go. I thought that was a lot of fun. Where are we? We're almost at the end of the month. We're having a sale, so it's a great time to come aboard. April's posting links to that in the chat. I'm going to send links to all the books. I really, guys, I want you to buy. This one's really good. I'm telling you. It's like really thin, and like the chapters are not long, and like this is a guy to follow, okay? The #1 best-selling artist in the United States. No joke. No, both of them, Barry. I think they're both great books. In addition to the books, another thing that I'm going to send you guys, which I think is super interesting. Normally I screen share this thing, and I didn't do it this time, but let me find it. Your industry is not one that has a lot of reports, okay? There's one that's put out by Art Basel in the UBS Global Art Market Report, okay? It's mega interesting, this thing, mega interesting. And I'll just tell you where do I have it here? Look at the table of contents on this thing. The global art market in 2020, dealer sales, auction sales, art fairs, online sales, global wealth and collector perspectives, and the economic impact and conclusions. There's a bunch of really interesting stuff in that report. Despite the fact that report only surveys like the top 5% of artists in the world, it's still a big deal. So I want you to read that, and I'm going to send all that stuff to you after the fact. What else? Yeah, Barry, post your Instagram in the chat because Veronica wants it. Veronique. I think it's Veronique. I'm so bad with names today. There you go. There's the Instagram in the chat. We'll email you Barry's Instagram too. All right, guys, on that note, wonderful session. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Everybody tune into Barry's live art show, which is happening either Saturday or Sunday this weekend. And other than that, hope to see you guys on the inside. Have a great weekend, everybody.